Today we're going to be getting back to the Mac Classic 2. Now in the last video, I used isopropanol to try and correct a boot issue the computer had because the electrolytic capacitors had leaked onto the motherboard. Now this was always going to be a band-aid solution, and I knew that from the beginning. What I didn't expect was that the computer would fail again within 24 hours. That was kind of annoying. One of the reasons I wanted to just clean off the motherboard was so I could test the computer to make sure it was worth the effort to fully restore. However, since it failed so quickly, I didn't really get a chance to do that. The computer had one more issue that I think I didn't mention in the video, in that the speaker on the side did not work. Now that's not too big of a deal, it's not like this thing has a great sound chip in it, but it would be nice to have it be fully functional. Today though, we're going to fix this thing for good and replace the capacitors on the motherboard. However, I'm going to do this a little differently. I do have electrolytic capacitors for the 47 microfarad values, but for the 1 and 0.1 values, I'm going to be using solid-state capacitors. Now these tantalum capacitors should last a lot longer than the electrolytic ones. I would have got solid-state capacitors for the 47 microfarad ones, but tantalum capacitors get kind of expensive when you're looking at values that high. Alright, now that you know the plan, let's go ahead and open this thing and get the motherboard out. Like last time, I'm going to use my iFixit kit, which I'm able to use all of the extensions to get in and reach the screws with. And it just makes this so much easier. And the bottom ones. Then we'll just pry the case off. Easy enough. Alright, now that we're inside the Mac Classic 2, you're going to want to discharge the CRT. Now when I put up the SX780 repair video, I had someone ask me if I could add safety tips into my videos for people who are new to electronics. And I thought that wasn't a bad idea. However, I don't think it's a good idea for me to put those tips into every video. I'm likely to forget things, make mistakes, and I'll be repeating myself a lot, which will make it very boring to watch over and over again. So instead I'm going to make one-off videos that focus on one safety topic, and I'm going to add them all to a playlist, and this is going to make this a lot easier. So when I come across something like this CRT, which you do need to take note of, I'm going to make a video about it and then add it to that playlist. Then I can just link to that playlist. It'll give me one place to link to, and I don't have to re-record a video every time I may need to add something or maybe fix something. So I've already started the playlist, and I've already made a video that covers discharging the CRT. So if you don't already know how to discharge a CRT, I highly recommend checking out that video. Alright, now on to getting out the motherboard. I'm going to disconnect both cables from the hard drive because it's kind of in the way, and that gives me easy access to the other parts of the motherboard. Now, it's not screwed in, so you just lift it up, and one by one you remove each cable that's connected to it as they become accessible. Alright, we once again have the Mac Classic motherboard out. I'll go ahead and take out the parts that won't be necessary during this, and I'll take this opportunity to remove the battery that I really should have removed last time. Now, having had this computer fail again means that the capacitors are once again leaking. And if you look right here, you can start to see some coming out of this one, and over here you can see a little bit more. Now, there's a chance I didn't get everything the first time that I cleaned it, but the computer worked after that, so I'd say that's pretty unlikely. This just goes to show how temporary of a fix it really was to only clean the board. Alright, well, I think it's time to start soldering. I've already taken notes of where each capacitor is, and yeah, I think it's time to get going. So let's start with C21 there, and we'll see how this goes. One very useful tip I can give you when you're trying to desolder something is to put new solder on it. Alright, now I'm just going to rock these back and forth. Try and slowly remove them. Alright, first one down, many more to go. I'm going to go ahead and remove all of the capacitors before I clean the circuit board, because there's going to be electrolytic fluid underneath of them, and I might as well do it after all of the bad capacitors are removed. So, time for a montage. Now, there's another method I could use here, where when I get these up high enough, I can reach in there with my solder sucker, heat it up, and then boom. Now that side should be loose, and it is. Now, maybe I can just lift this off. That was the right decision for that one. Alright, now that I've got all the old leaky capacitors removed, it's time to clean the board off once again. Alright, well, I think that's about as clean as I'm going to get it. So, it's time to clean up the solder a little bit, and then, well, start putting some capacitors back on. So I thought before I soldered the capacitors back on, I'd take a look around and see if there's any damage to the circuit board where they were. And I noticed under the 347 microfarad ones, there was a little bit of damage. On here you can see two of the traces have had the solder mask corroded away from on top of them. On this one, this trace right here, the solder mask, it's still there a little bit, but it's starting to get kind of thin. And then on the one over here, this trace of solder mask is fully gone. But then I looked on the other side of the circuit board and noticed how badly corroded two of the legs are on this chip. The electrolytic fluid went right through the circuit board and got onto that chip. So let's see if that will clean off. I'm not sure. It looks like it will. I'm going to go ahead and also resolder those, because that'll help clean it up as well. So if you're doing one of these yourself, you'll want to check on the underside as well. That it's noticeably better now. You may not want to attempt this if you don't have a lot of experience soldering. But that'll help make sure that leg is fully connected. Alright, it's time to start putting the new capacitors on. I'm going to start with the 3 electrolytic ones because they're big. And, well, yeah, let's go. So I'm going to want to tin one side first. And pop that bad boy right on there. Get the other side tacked down. Easy enough. This one's definitely a bit trickier. So I'm going to try and get this side down first. Last time I was going to have the best luck coming at it from this angle. Let's see how this goes. Oh, that's on there. Good. Whew, I thought that one was going to be a lot harder. Oh yeah. Okay then. Those were pleasantly easy. Now we gotta bigger challenge, putting the tantalum capacitors on there. If you've been hearing a buzz or hear a buzz in the background now, that's my variable power supply. I'm using it to power a fan to blow the fumes away from where I'm soldering. It's not doing well. I think I need to re-lacquer the transformer, but yeah, so just please ignore that. If you don't know much about capacitors, you may not know how you can determine the polarity of these, because capacitors do have a particular orientation they must go in. On electrolytic capacitors, the stripe side usually indicates the negative side. However, on these tantalum capacitors, the stripe side indicates the positive side. So if you were to attempt this on your own and you matched up the stripes like that, you would be installing these backwards. Now, if you somehow have already removed the capacitors and don't have a photo reference, the silkscreen here has rounded corners on the positive side, so we know that we just need to put the stripe on that side. Now, let's continue. Same as before. Put some solder on one side, then pop a capacitor on. And you can see these tantalum capacitors fit very nicely in the original pads. Alright, only two more left now. Alright, last two are a different value, and then we're done. And that should be a fully repaired Mac Classic 2 motherboard. Alright, I've thoroughly looked over the board here and everything seems fine. So I think it's time to put this back in the Mac and try firing it up. For now, I'm just going to do without a battery. I believe it's not that important anyway. Alright, let's flip the switch. I hear hard drive. I'm not liking the lack of screen. Yeah, I'm hearing plenty of hard drive. That's strange. Whoa. The only difference is I put the battery back in. I think we have success. I'm not sure why the speaker started working. Maybe the capacitors were really bad and it was just never going to work with those other ones. There we go. That should fix the scan lines. But, yeah. Hey, I'm liking this. Let me get it buttoned back up. Okay, actually, I gotta do one more test. I just removed the battery again. Now let's see if it'll start up. Weird. I did jostle the anode on the CRT. Maybe that was it. Although it didn't make the sound on the first boot either. Ooh, who knows? Maybe the SCSI hard drive's dying. I think, like, nearly all of Jiraga 1's Macs have bad SCSI drives, so wouldn't surprise me. Alright, here we go. Let's fire up the now repaired Mac. Oh, that is a nice sight to see. And that should now be fully functional. I think just this little collection of doodads is what was keeping that from working. The solid state replacement for these is, I think it's going to be really good in the long run. I'm just not going to bother replacing the battery because I don't want anything to possibly leak in there. It's just not worth it. Well, now that we're to this point, we have, you know, the problem. It's a Mac. But this time, I have some better games. So first, we're going to try SimCity for Mac, and if I remember correctly, this should do Mac Plus and above, which I think is this, so let's find out. Here we go. Ant, City, okay. I think these are all we're going to need. So, we got black and white version. Okay. Let's give this a go. Is it just going to launch off the floppy disk? Oh, okay then. Like that license. And all I did was type in a name. That's some kind of security there. Yeah, here's what I'm going to do. I am going to close this. And I'm going to copy it to the hard drive. Well, it's weird here and it makes sounds now. Start a new city. That doesn't seem too bad. Nice big open area over there. We're going to go with easy. I've never played SimCity 1. So City name somewhere. That seems perfect to me. Alright. Looks like we're already in the upper left. Perfect. Need a road. There's a road here. Yeah, okay. Looks good to me. Do I need water? Looks like I don't. Now let's watch the money flow in. Okay, taxes collected $9. That's it? $9? Still, $9. I'm losing $11. Whoa, whoa, whoa. $29. Aha! So, the money's in industrial. Whoa, that's filling in fast. Your village has grown to town. You now have 2,000 citizens. Yay! Alright, I'm only down $1,000. How'd that happen? Gee, okay, I gotta build more. Oh, it's a boat! Look at it. It's coming to me. Whoa, there's a fire. City's out of hand. Angry mobs are... What? 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 Since when? What is wrong with you people? Get these beatniks under control. Wow, that's a lot of traffic. Yeah, yeah. Highway shootings are on the rise. Way over there? Well, that's not gonna do much. Oh, look, he blew up that, gray. Yeah, the fire departments want money. They're about to have something to deal with, so I'll let them have it. Is that it? He's going to have totally missed the city. That was the monster attack, huh? Wow. Amazing. I think it's time to try the other game. Well, SimCity was, you know, it's not bad on Mac, actually. But I'm really curious about this one. Now, obviously we're not going to get 256 color graphics on here. But I think somewhere it also said it includes a monochrome version. Maybe it was just one of the floppy disks was. Or this, I'm not sure. But, let's find... Ah, here we go. Fully System 7, 603. Well, let's try it and find out. I still think this is stupid. Ah, Memorex. That's a name you can trust for software? I don't know. This box, it really sells the game, man. I want to play it. Whoa, ooh, fancy. Net play? Oh, man. There's going to have to be Mac Classic 2 LAN party. Let's see. Ooh, I have no idea. Balance. Sure. I don't know how to play. This doesn't come with any kind of directions on how to play. Inside the box, there's like literally a Memorex thing that doesn't tell you jack about this software. Oh, no, it does tell me. Ooh. Oh, man, this looks fancy. Oh, this looks great. Oh, okay. Uh-oh. How do I shoot? Let's shoot. Aha! Let's do this. Ooh, I got a shot and the screen gets wavy. Oh! Yeah! Okay, this is way better than SimCity. This game's gonna be really good. Alright, let's get going. Alright, which ones? Do I want the flag? I apparently want the flag. Do I want to just kill people, or... Woo, 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 what's going on here? Woo, grenade? What's option? Apparently I died. What's this? I got this thing. Oh, there's option.
I don't have grenade, I guess. Yeah! There's a square. Aha! Oh, it's ammo! Okay, so squares are ammo. So I got a map. I see a dot on the map over there. Let's go to the dot. Do I need to kill the dot? There's another one. Yeah! I got the thing. Oh, that's the end of the world. Alright, I need to get out of here. I'm taking the flag somewhere. Where I don't know. Ooh, ammo. More ammo. Oh, yeah. Does that mean I have grenades? I have no idea how you get grenades. There's a dot. Look, another flag. Is that my flag? How does this work? Lives. Oh, I think I win. Oh, yeah. Dude, this game's awesome. So I think there's a dude over here. Well, there's at least a flag. Okay, this Mac is now officially way better than I thought it was. Whoa! This is really well done. I gotta know who made this. This is really good. That's it? It's just Memorex? I don't think so. There's gotta be someone else who designed this software. Alright, well, Spectre was an amazing game here. I would love to see this in color on something. I don't know what I would need to play this on to play it in color. Maybe a GS? I'm not sure, but wow. Yeah. I would say that this Mac is fully functional and very enjoyable now. Anything negative I said about this thing, I'm taking back, and that's all Spectre's doing right there. So, hope you guys enjoyed that, and I'll see you next time. I got some more Spectre to play. Oh, is it on a demo mode? Ah!